Some big changes to the cost of getting a mortgage are coming. I'm talking about the loan level price adjustments, or the LLPAs, imposed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the two entities that guarantee a vast majority of new mortgages. LLPAs are based on loan features such as your credit score, the loan to value ratio, and occupancy, whether it's owner versus non-owner occupied, and most recently, your debt to income ratio. This change will apply to any loan guaranteed by one of these agencies I just mentioned. This is most loans in the U.S. The loans that won't be affected would be FHA or VA, as well as certain jumbo and specialty products. These changes will start May 1st. That means we will start seeing lenders begin to implement the change in pricing in March and April. So what is changing? The effective penalty for having a credit score under 680 is now smaller than it was. For instance, if you have a score of 659 and are borrowing 75% of the home's value, you'll pay a fee equal to 1.5% of the loan balance. Before these changes, you would have paid a whooping 2.75% of fee. On a hypothetical $400,000 loan, that's a difference of $5,000 in closing costs. Elsewhere, things are getting worse. Borrowers with higher credit scores will generally be paying a bit more than they were under the previous structure. This doesn't necessarily come out of your pocket up front, as lenders can offer higher interest rates in many of the cases and pay these costs for you. But the costs are still there, and you are still technically paying for them in the form of a higher interest rate. There are other changes as well. The most notable is a new debt charge for debt to income ratios. This will be controversial in many scenarios, as income calculations can be somewhat subjective. Nonetheless, every loan guaranteed by the agencies has a DTI attached to it. If yours is over 40% and you're borrowing more than 60% of your home's value, you'll be paying more. A few other examples of the changes are: there are new credit score bands at 760 and 780, several changes to multi-unit properties. There's a new generic LLPA for subordinate financing, that's a second loan or a HELOC, and big increases in fees for many cash-out loans. If you have a loan in process or will be soon, these changes likely won't apply to you. Remember, most lenders won't implement them right away. Ask your lender for clarification or reach out to me and we can check your specific loan scenario. Thanks again.